Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? This is Talks Football. We are back again with another video. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we're here to talk about Arsenal's first Champions League match week 1 of the Champions League. Arsenal faced Atalanta away in Italy, and it was a 0-0 draw. Yes, it was a 0-0 draw, and there was some excitement in this draw, though, of course. There was a penalty given. We're going to talk about David Raya and everything in the second. But before we go any further, do me a favor. Please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. It is unfortunate that Arsenal dropped points in their first game back in the for this season in the Champions League. It is a league set format. You need to score as many goals as possible and try to get as many points to finish as high as you can in the league table format. But today, Arsenal only get 1 goal, and with that, Arsenal get 0 goals, and we leave the game with 1 point. My apologies, I meant to say 1 point, not 1 goal. But yeah, we leave the game with a draw, 1 point, and you know what? We got a bunch of other tough games also, like PSG at home, like Inter away. But this was one of the other tougher games that we had. We should be able to still manage, though. With 7 games remaining, it's not the end of the world. A point away at Italy, you can manage. I think we'll be able to manage from now to the end. But we got to talk about David Raya's overall performance. Amazing world-class saves back-to-back. And we're going to show you guys the photos and everything about that. William Saliba's performance, outstanding performance from William Saliba. I thought he was good. I thought some of the players in the defense were all solid. The attack, though, you got guys like Jesus didn't put in the best performance. Bukayo Saka didn't really notice too much from him either. Of course, you also have the situation with Martinelli. He's starting to become more and more frustrating for me personally to watch Martinelli play over the last couple of weeks. He's been extremely frustrating. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let's get this show started. And I need to know, what do you guys think of David Raya? Because today, this was the David Raya game. Today, I think you can easily say today's game was the David Raya game. He saved us. We, if you don't know what happened, we went down and got we went down one end. We were defending, and Thomas Partey trips a player just on the edge of the box, and they gave a penalty. With that penalty being given, it was all down to David Raya to save us. David Raya not only made 1 save, but he made 2 crucial saves to keep us in this game. And do you understand how nice it feels to be an Arsenal fan and just know you have a goalkeeper that can make saves, those kind of penalty saves? Like, we have not had a goalkeeper who's been good at penalties in a long time. And David Raya today stepped up big, and this double save was literally the difference between us potentially losing this game or winning it. David Raya was the man against Porto, and today against Atalanta was the man. Now, he made this save over here, got back up. The player was heading the ball across the net. He had the whole net to shoot at, and David Raya got to it. This is now a catalog of ridiculous saves after ridiculous saves for David Raya. David Raya this season has been unbelievable. And the reason why I begin with David Raya is I want to ask you guys a simple question. Is David Raya world class? Like, I think David Raya, his performances recently warrant people calling him world class. I think he is world class. Like, he's a humble guy too, because he came out afterwards and said, I was lucky. I got right away. He even spoke after the game and said that he was lucky that he got right away and got lucky to get the rebound, the reflections and luck. But hey, I think it was a world-class double save. And the fact that he got up and did it so quickly too. Plus, don't forget, he did a similar thing versus Aston Villa just a couple weeks ago. Just a couple weeks ago, he did this versus Aston Villa. Just a couple weeks ago, he did this versus Aston Villa. And then today he does this? Nah, people, we got to give David Raya his flowers. Today, you got to give David Raya his flowers. David Raya was the reason why we even got a point in this game. The shared points would not have happened if David Raya's second half save happened in this game. But overall, if we talk about the attacking performance of this game, we did not really attack much. We did not really get out of our own. We did not really do much to punish anybody. Really and truly, how many shots did we even have in this game? Let me check. We had two chances. We had two chances, and unfortunately, one of them fell. I think both of them might have fallen to Martinelli, if I'm not mistaken. And also, we had 6 shots the entirety of the game. Not many shots in this game. Atlanta had more shots than us. Atlanta had more possession than us. Atlanta had the ball, I feel like, more than us in general. I think they even had more, played more passes than us. Yeah, they played more passes than us. We committed more fouls. We didn't have many corners or set pieces opportunities today, and we really can't rely on corners and set pieces to get us out of trouble. Really and truly, Thomas Partey had a shot early in the game, 14 minutes into the game. Saka had a shot from the corner that was saved, and besides that, everything else was just misses. Everything else was just misses. Let me just show you guys what I'm looking at so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because today's performance offensively, we were really poor. We're going to talk about Martinelli in a second before we go any further. Best believe we're going to talk about Martinelli, but I need to show you guys this. Overall, attacking wise today, we were not really on point. Like first half, we nullified them. They did not have a shot on our goal. Like they had 2 pop shots, but those shots weren't even on target. We had all of our chances for us to score pretty much in the first half. We did not really do much at all in the second half. In the second half, it was all Atlanta for the attacking end, and we were defending for our lives. We basically wanted to get out of there with a draw. And just looking at the splits on how the performance went from the first half to the second half, we basically came there to suffer, and we did not really do much in that half. Now there was this opportunity from Martinelli, and we're going to have to speak about this opportunity from Martinelli, because what on earth is Martinelli doing? Like, Martinelli needs to be better. Martinelli needs to be better. Simply put, we cannot afford Martinelli, who is one of our better players, having poor offensive performances consistently, because we need end products from Martinelli. Martinelli is one of those guys. If he gets 12 to 15 GA in the league, perhaps, we guarantee a victory, I think, this season. We need more from Martinelli. Martinelli's performance today, ladies and gentlemen, Martinelli's performance today was not good. Martinelli's performance today was disappointing. He had a clear-cut opportunity to win the game late in the game, and he needs to bury that. I'm sorry. Martinelli, in this position, I'm going to show you guys the position Martinelli was in, but damn, from this position, one-on-one in the keeper, how do I tell my son that he skied it? We're going to talk about David Raya. David Raya, we already kind of spoke about him, but we need to talk about him more. But Martinelli in this situation needs to bury that. You need to go hard, low, to whichever corner you need to go to, but you need to make sure you keep it low and you make sure you get it on target. Now, you don't want it to be soft and you just kick it straight at the keeper. You don't want to try to go for the corners and then sky it, but that seems to be what Martinelli did today. Martinelli tried to go for the corner, and from this position, I thought he was going to score, but he skied it. Literally skied it from there. That's where he shot from. You have the whole near post. Like, the goalkeeper, you don't need to go for the top corner. You don't need to go for the spectacular goal. Just get it in the corners. You don't need to get it in the top corner. You just needed to get it in low, in the bottom corners, low and hard driven shots. All you need from that position. Like, Martinelli's overthinking it. I think Martinelli needs to relax. He needs to go back to training, and just in scenarios, he needs to have an idea of what he's going to do before he does it. Sometimes he's just overthinking it. I think it's easier if you have a couple go-to type of shots where you do, and you try to make those work out for you. So when say you're coming across the keeper in this kind of situation, you don't want to go across the keeper. You just want to go near post, low and hard. When you're coming from the left side, you want to go across the keeper to the far corner. He's just trying to put it into top pins. You're not going to put it into the top corner every single time. Stop trying to go for the spectacular goal. I know it's a tough shot. I know it's tough. I know it's a situation where it's difficult, but you need to score this. Come on. Martinelli, you're better than this. I know Martinelli's much better than this. He can do much better than this. We need more from Martinelli. We cannot afford Martinelli messing up these kind of chances. You only get so many chances in the game. That was our only chance in the second half. That was our only chance on goal in the whole second half. And it fell to him, and unfortunately, he couldn't bury it. Unfortunate. But he also had a chance early in the game, 18 minutes into the game also. Once again, it was on his right foot, and he was coming from the left-hand side. He completely missed the goal. Martinelli, if you're gonna shoot, at least try to get it on target, because what he's been doing lately, he's been trying to go for the spectacular goals instead of just trying to be cerebral. We need you to make sure you stay on target. Simple. Slow down. Don't worry. Don't rush yourself. You don't need to go and overthink it. But yeah, it's time. People are saying it's time to move on from Martinelli, like you did with ESR. Team is outgrown him. I still believe in Martinelli. He just needs to. He is doing everything. He just needs to make sure he can get the ball in the back of the net. If only he can get the ball in the back of the net, because I think everything else is there. He just needs to get the ball in the goddamn back of the net, for God's sakes. Yeah, maybe that's the hardest thing, but he's making the runs. He's getting in the right positions. You'd be more concerned if he wasn't getting into the right positions, I think. So let's not jump to conclusions and start saying, let's sell him, let's get rid of him. I'm not there yet. Also, to the people just joining us, people saying David Raya's bang average. Have some respect on my keeper. But let's talk about some of the other performances before we go any further. David Raya obviously was the man of the match. I don't think there's any debate over who the man of the match was today. I thought Ben White, Timber, I didn't really put too much of a foot wrong in my opinion. As for Thomas Partey, he gave away the penalty. Declan Rice misplacing passes. Havertz today, not. What can you really say? Like, he wasn't really involved much. Like, he was doing a lot of defensive work, I can see here, but not really much going on offensively at all from Havertz in that 10 position today. Jesus was really a letdown for me too. How much times did Jesus even touch the ball? He touched the ball 32 times. Like, Jesus barely looked like he was involved in the game. I know he played 58 minutes, but what was Jesus really doing? If it wasn't for David Raya, the other person I would say man of the match is Saliba. Saliba last-ditch tackles, obviously one of the main men, constantly holding it down, and he basically had Lookman on hold. He had Lookman in his pocket. He made sure Lookman did not do nothing. But yeah, people, okay. Let's see what some of you guys are saying in the comment section before we go any further. Our second away game in a row. Yeah, we got 3 away games in a row. A win against Tottenham, a draw versus Atlanta. It's not the end of the world, guys. Let's not make it seem like a draw versus Atlanta is a crazy bad result. It really is not. David Raya is man of the match for this game and against Porto. I agree. I don't know what world class means. I don't know what world class even means. World class means like you're one of the best in the world in that position. And I think David Raya has been performing like he's one of the best in the world in that position for a reason. Personally, for me, world class is top 5. If you're top 5, you're world class. And Ederson, Alisson, who else is there? You're gonna put Neuer, Courtois. It's tough, but I'm gonna throw him in there right now. He's performing like it. What happened to Martinelli? We kind of discussed that. Facts are attack has been shocking. Yeah, our attack was shocking today. That is true. But at the same time, we respected the opponent. We went away to a tough ground and we got a result. We got a draw, so we keep it moving. This is a team that absolutely destroyed Liverpool and beat an unbeaten Leverkusen side. So you don't want to disrespect them. Arteta did not look confident when he's seen him through on goal. Yeah, Martinelli right now, his decision making has been poor. He's getting in the right positions though. That's the thing. If Martinelli is not getting in the right positions, wouldn't you be more upset if he wasn't getting in the right positions? He's getting in the right positions. So that's what gives me some belief that he will get through this. Martinelli what do you call it, regressing on because of Arteta. I don't think it's because of Arteta. I think it's just he has a little bit of competition and he's overthinking things. He's overthinking things. Lookman should have been the man of the match. Why should Lookman have been the man of the match? He didn't do anything. Martinelli and them. Lookman did no better than Martinelli, get in the right positions but not finish. Um, that is a performance, not a result. We're gonna get battered soon. What? Based on what? Defensively, we showed we're solid. If anything, that just shows that we can defend. But offensively, we need to buck up our ideas. We need to improve. I can name 10 better keepers than David Raya. Go ahead, name 10 better keepers than David Raya right now. Yeah, if we play like this against City, we are in trouble. I agree. We cannot play this much defensive football and not try to even attempt to score versus City. We're gonna have to be clinical. Call me crazy. Trossard has to start. I love Martinelli, but what the hell was he doing today? He needs to finish his dinner. Martinelli needs to finish his dinner. I keep going back and forth with Trossard, Sterling, Saka. One thing I do realize though, we can't have what do you call it? We can't have a situation where Jesus starts and Havertz plays in the 10. I'd rather Trossard play and let's go with a similar lineup to what we did in the North London derby. Instead of Jorginho, play Declan Rice, Partey deep, and then I think that could work. Similar lineup to the North London derby. It's just instead of what do you call it? Instead of Jorginho, you play Declan Rice. Let's see how that works. I think that could work. But right now, the main thing is when you play up against Man City, you need to be able to shut down Erling Haaland. I think we'll be able to shut down Erling Haaland. My question is, will we be able to get a goal in the back of the net from the other end? That is the problem. That is the problem right now. Martinelli needs to be benched. Um, am I clutching at straws when I say Martinelli outside of that miss, the two misses actually, isn't it a positive that he's getting in the right positions though? Isn't it a positive that he's working his way into the right areas of the pitch? Isn't it a positive that Martinelli is actually getting himself into situations that is benefiting us massively? Now, David Raya did rescue us today after Partey's slip up with Ederson in the box. VIERA reviewed it and gave away the penalty, but David Raya didn't save our ass. We weren't going to score. It didn't look like we weren't going to score. So on one hand, it is a poor display, but a point away in the Champions League for your first game is not a bad situation. Let's just call a spade a spade. That is honest truth. It's not the end of the world. It's not a situation where I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say to yourselves, I'm going to say to everybody that, oh my God, it's the end of the world. We drew in the first game. No, it's not. It's literally not. David Raya's heroic saved us. Martinelli needs to buck up his ideas. Those are two things that we needed to discuss. Arsenal is going to struggle creatively without Martin Odegaard. We're just going to struggle. That is a situation. We just have to admit it. Arsenal are going to struggle creating without Martin Odegaard. How are we going to start creating without Martin Odegaard? We're going to have to find other ways to create. We're going to have to find other means to build up, to find ways to build up, to find ways to create, to find ways to do stuff. Because Kai Havertz was occupying the midfield. Declan Rice was occupying the midfield. Thomas Partey was occupying the midfield. And let's be honest, Declan Rice is more of a destroyer and a ball driver. Kai Havertz is more of a second striker and a goal scorer. Thomas Partey is more of a deep line midfielder who can make passes from deep, but his legs are gone also, so he's not really that mobile as he used to be. Overall, neither of those three are really that creative. We are going to struggle. There is not enough clear-cut chances being created from that midfield. Mikel Arteta needs to find a way to find some sort of creativity from the midfield, as we didn't really create many chances. Declan Rice struggled to create clear-cut chances in the 8 position today. Kai Havertz not really making many clear-cut chances in that 8 positions. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens from there. But yeah, Arsenal, we lack firepower. We lack firepower, and this is where we're gonna have problems. Without Martin Odegaard, I still believe we're gonna have enough to beat Leicester, to beat some of these other teams. Will we have enough firepower to get a goal against Man City if we keep a clean sheet? Will we have enough? That is a question. That is a question that we need to figure out. That is something that we will need to figure out in the foreseeable in the foreseeable future. But right now, let me do the Arsenal player ratings. And before I do the player ratings, do me a favor, guys. Please do hit that like button right now. Please do hit that subscribe button right now. It is absolutely free. It helps the channel out massively. And yeah. So first, the way we're going to do this, before you go any further, guys, do me a favor. Please do hit that like button right now. And we're just going to quickly talk about each player once again. And we're just going to go through them one by one and speak about the Arsenal player ratings. So yeah. So the Arsenal player ratings, David Raya, great double save. Overall, man of the match, fantastic performance in my opinion. I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Give him an 8 out of 10. Great double save, did his job, kept a clean sheet, great performance. Ben White, didn't really notice nothing negative about him, didn't really notice nothing too positive about him. I'm just going to give him a 6, solid performance, right? William Saliba is my second man of the match. If I'm going to give David Raya an 8, I'm also going to give William Saliba an 8. I thought William Saliba was the second best player on the pitch. He locked down Lookman, and he looked like he was on top of everything that we needed to sort out defensively. Second in command to William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. By the way, Rio Ferdinand said Arsenal have the best centre-back pairing in Europe, and I fully agree with him. Gabriel Magalhaes was also on point, and I'm going to give Gabriel Magalhaes a 7 also. Timber, similar to Ben White, didn't really notice him do anything wrong. Didn't really notice him do anything too great either. Overall, 6 out of 10 performance, solid performance. Then you got Thomas Partey. What on earth was Thomas Partey doing with that? With the situation? He looked very, very exposed, very easy to beat one-on-one in that situation where Ederson just ran past him, no question about it. I'm going to give Thomas Partey a 4. You know what? I'm going to give Thomas Partey a 3. He got bailed out by David Raya. If it wasn't for him, we would have probably lost this game. Declan Rice, another player, I'm going to give 6. What was he doing on the set pieces today? His set piece deliveries today were very poor. The guy literally kicked it so far that one time I didn't even notice where the hell was when he kicked that one set piece that was just like pretty much off the pitch. Kai Havertz, another person who just had a bang average game, didn't really perform that amazing. Didn't really notice him at times. Bukayo Saka, besides his free kick, what did Bukayo Saka do? Bukayo Saka also had a poor game in my opinion. Not his best performance. Martinelli, below average. If I'm going to give Partey a 3, I'm going to give Martinelli slightly better. I'm going to give him a 4. He had 2 good opportunities. He should have scored. But hey, maybe we'll see if Sterling or Trossard take his position from him, because Martinelli's under pressure now. He needs to start performing or else he'll lose his position. Gabriel Jesus, first game starting this season, did not look fantastic in my opinion. I'm going to give him a bang average 5. Thought it was bang average. Didn't really show me much. Jorginho came in as a substitute. Calafiori came in as a substitute. Trossard came in as a substitute. Raheem Sterling came in as substitutes. They were all okay. I'm going to give all those guys 5 out of 10s 5 out of 10s. But overall, today's performance was a 5 out of 10. It was a boring 0-0, not really too much attacking wise. We need to buck up our ideas to create with chance creation, and we need to get better at scoring goals. But overall, it is what it is. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to struggle against basically half the league. We're going to have to wait and see. The best center-back pairing can't win trophies. Well, we're going to see this season, aren't we? David Ray 100% deserves what did you guys need him to go get a 10. I'm happy with the ratings, especially about Raya. Big up to you. Deserves a 10 out of 10. Cool. What the hell was Arteta thinking selling ESR, loaning VIERA without a replacement? The replacement is Ethan. That is the honest truth. The replacement's Ethan, and he needs to start trusting him. That's the truth. He needs to start trusting him and start playing him. I think Ethan is going to be the guy. But yeah, right now we lack firepower. Right now we lack firepower. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is a quick little Champions League match reaction. Champions League match reactions are not going to be that long. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please do like the video, and you already know what it is. Peace. We're out, people. Love.